So this is from Bhaktitirtha Maharaj's book about leadership, and the section is called The Importance of Character. So Maharaj was commenting on Bhishma Deva's statements in Mahabharata. Bhishma Deva was teaching Yudhishthira Maharaj about leadership. So one of his statements was that Dharma, religiosity, integrity, right action, and morality are the watchwords of a king. Nothing is more powerful than Dharma and integrity. When we fail to follow Dharma, we lose integrity. Death is approaching each of us at every moment. What we plan to do tomorrow must be done today. Death is ruthless. It will not wait until our projects are complete. Readiness is important. The world is but a passing parade. We are born alone and die alone. We have not a single lasting companion in our march through this incident called life. Bhishma Dev, the spouse, the mother, the father, the sons, the kinsmen, the friends, all will walk away from our bodies at death to go on with their own work. Only Dharma follows the soul. So commentary by Bhaktitirtha Maharaj. After death, when the body is cremated, the survivors turn away from it, leaving it for the empty shell it is. And the soul, no longer encased in the body, travels on, followed only by its integrity, right action, morality, and truthfulness. Bhishma Dev adds, truthfulness is the only friend of a man and the only thing he should seek. After this instruction, Bhishma Dev noticed that the sun was moving toward the north. Then he stopped speaking, focused his eyes on Krishna's lotus form, and prepared to leave his body. Visionary leadership. Before we conclude our discussion on Bhishma Dev's instructions, we want to more closely examine visionary leadership, which Bhishma Dev also so nicely represents. Good leadership is not just a matter of making things happen. It is a matter of making essential things, making important and productive things happen, and helping people feel good about what is happening. Leaders need to have a vision, but they also need to know how to convince others that their vision can manifest, and how to empower them to participate in the mission of bringing the vision about. I want to add something here that one teacher of leadership said that leadership is getting things done in a way that builds trust. So it's related to what Bhaktitirtha Maharaj is speaking here. In order for this to be possible, the vision must be clear. The more clarity we have, the more we will be able to pass that on to others. It does not matter whether we are working in an office, in the garden, or doing some other service. We should be clear about why we are doing what we do. Without clarity, we build upon a faulty foundation. Part of clarity is facing our present situation. If we think we are further along in fulfilling the vision that we are and we try to build from that misconception, our building will be weak. After facing our present reality, we must investigate our ideals. This is how our mission is defined. We can then decide how to best go about reaching those ideals. That decision becomes our vision. So leaders might be able to clearly communicate their particular vision of how to accomplish the mission. Followers must be convinced that the leader has a deep, passionate conviction in the correctness of his direction and that all who follow him will benefit. Followers must be excited and energized by the leader's vision. Often leaders use themes, phrases, and slogans as mantras to help others focus on the vision and to re-energize them. These slogans also help us bond around the same ideas. Those know more than others the potency of mantras and how they affect consciousness. A leader must also be prepared to motivate followers in an ongoing way. Sometimes we have a vision and enthusiasm, but no perseverance, not enough commitment. We may maintain our enthusiasm for a while, but as our enthusiasm wanes, so will the enthusiasm of our followers. If a leader is not enthused, how can he hope to maintain the enthusiasm of others? Enthusiasm cannot be contrived. People consciously or unconsciously know when their leader is genuinely enthused about a project, or when he is working simply out of duty or for some ulterior motive. When the leader is not organized, the people will not be empowered. Leaders should also strictly avoid deviation. When a leader deviates, it saps the followers' zeal and dampens their faith and dedication. If the followers even think their leaders have deviated, they will be so disturbed that they will not be able to maintain the vision or progress toward their goal. Therefore, leaders should always be above suspicion. This means that leaders should be free of sin. They should not break basic moral and ethical principles. They should be so strict in their personal behavior that people cannot even imagine them deviating. Leaders should ask themselves often why they have accepted a leadership role. It is important that they examine their commitment, motivations, and innermost feelings. Why am I really doing this service? Is it because I want to become famous? Is it because I want others to do my work for me? Is it because I enjoy making others take risks? Or that I enjoy experimenting with their lives? Always remember that although problems are inevitable, a visionary leader invariably deals with problems in a caring manner. Our leadership style must instill faith in others. If our vision and enthusiasm are strong, but our management style causes others to distrust us, it will become difficult to achieve our goals. Sincere people will follow only as long as they have confidence in our vision. Many alternative communities from around the world have been started, maintained for some time, and then dwindled. Why did they fail? Often because people dedicated themselves to something they thought could be successful, made a leap of faith, and then lost that faith, becoming doubtful about the very vision itself. People must be confident that their leader can achieve his ideals, or at least that he will continue striving for them. To maintain this faith, leaders must display the personal qualities that instill trust, such as courage, competence, decisiveness, teamwork, and impartiality. Leaders should oversee the work, but could not become involved in petty disputes. Sometimes leaders lose their credibility by becoming distracted by minor quarrels. Perhaps it sounds like I'm contradicting myself. Leaders should be aware of their followers' feelings through monitoring, and they should be concerned, but when leaders put themselves in situations where they have to deal with pettiness, they lose some of their own effectiveness. As Bhishmadev explained, leaders should oversee their officers. They should empower others to handle a certain amount of the responsibility, though they themselves should remain responsible for the vision. Therefore, it is important for leaders to be trained. Many successful corporations and organizations have invested time and money in training and maintaining their managers and employees. If they constantly had to train new people while their trusted workers went out the door, they would be subject to diminishing returns. Sometimes these corporations have their managers and employees pledge commitments to serve the company after they have received training. Part of leadership training is to learn how to recognize the propensities of others. Then leaders should engage their followers in work that suits their natures and thus inspire and enthuse them to work for the mission. In some cases, leaders may want to refine their vision for enhancing productivity. In general, leaders should be concerned about working with what one has. No leader can please everyone. That is not what leadership means. If a leader is strong, those who are lazy or deviant will be most displeased. At the same time, if too many people are disturbed, the leader should take a closer look at how he is working. Bhishmadev says that leaders should always examine themselves. He also said that they should not be interested in making either enemies or friends. They should neither be too mild nor too fierce. Leaders who try to please everyone are not real leaders. And leaders who do not lead are not leaders. One who wishes to lead must have both a vision and a faith to move toward it. Leaders who are constantly pushing or dragging people to work for that vision are not leaders. One should lead from the front by inspiring people with one's own example rather than from the rear, pushing people from the back.